everyone, and a hearty welcome to the market analysis video for 28th of June. Right. So in this beautiful video, we are going to analyze the global markets, charts and patterns, option chain analysis, and open interest analysis. Why are we doing all this? It is to predict whether there is a probability to make profits in the long side of the trade or short side of the trade in the tomorrow's trading session, which means on 28th of June, we want to predict, okay, which direction would be more profitable for the derivative trades. So let us begin with the global markets. In that, we are interested in analyzing the index futures data. So let me present the index futures data for you. Within the index futures, we are more interested in looking at the US markets, okay? Because if the US markets are in green, usually the other markets will also be in green. So all the US markets almost are in green except for the tech stocks, okay? And European markets are also green. Asian markets were very good before the Indian markets got closed, but because there is a drop in the US futures, I can see that Asian markets are slightly turning into the red territory, but we don't care about all that. If we look at the US markets are good, okay? Then what do? We give a benefit of doubt to the bulls, okay? Which means that the tomorrow's Indian market will be very good. That is the expectation, okay? So what I will do here is to go back to my Excel and mark a green color, okay, to the stock futures data. The next aspect is the commodities data. Let me also pick up the commodities data for all of you, okay? And within the commodity space, we are more interested in giving importance to the gold and silver, okay? So what we will do is we will check the gold and silver here, okay? And crude oil also we will check, okay? And apart from the various other commodities, we will check, but with a lesser importance. So what is happening in the gold? Gold has fallen down, okay? But to the same extent, silver has gone up. So it is appearing as if both of them are cancelling out each other, because silver we give lesser importance than gold, but the magnitude is high, okay? But what is the problem here is that the crude oil has been on raise once again, which is very bad. If crude oil goes up, okay, inflation in India will increase and the stock market will fall down, right? And various other commodities also surprisingly are hugely in magnitude, okay? They're increasing: platinum, aluminum, palladium, okay? And lead is okay, decreasing, nickel is decreasing, but whatever it is, we will give a lot of importance, okay, to crude oil, which is behaving in an opposite fashion. That is number one. And we are also interested in various other commodities increasing, okay? So all this is a negative impact, because if commodity prices are increasing, it is negative to the stock market. So what I will do is I will quickly go back to my Excel and mark a negative correlation with the stock market, because commodity prices are going higher. Okay, the next aspect I will look at is the currency data. All right, so please focus on my screen. What is happening in the currency space is that the currency has depreciated in today's session. Okay, the Indian rupee, as you can observe on top of my screen, okay, with regards to the US dollars, the Indian rupee has depreciated. Right, but we are also interested in looking at the dollar index. At this moment, the dollar index, as a comparison with the basket of other currencies, okay, it has fallen down. Okay, but let's observe the magnitude at which the rupee has been depreciating. Okay, so the rupee has been depreciating at a much higher magnitude, because dollar also is depreciating. Rupee would have depreciated much higher than dollar if this is the case, isn't it? So that way, if currency is depreciating very fast, okay, then it is detrimental to the stock market. The stock market will fall down. Okay, in short term, currency and stock market, they share a direct correlation. So that is why, okay, because of the rupee depreciation being faster than anything else, I'm marking a, okay, red color here. And let me also analyze the bond yield data for you. Okay, so the bond yield data is here. Okay, within the bond yield space, we will give a lot of importance to the Indian 10-year treasury yield. Okay, Indian 10-year treasury yield we will look at, and we will also be looking at the US 10-year treasury yield, which is towards the bottom. Indian, I think it is flat. There is no movement, so I'm not considering it. US 10-year treasury yield has gone up. Okay, if US 10-year treasury yield goes up, the US stock market will fall down. Okay, maybe today's trading session or in the subsequent trading sessions, which is very bad to the global stock markets, including Indian stock market. So because the treasury yields are rising, because it is a negative impact for the stock market, what I will do is I will go to my Excel analysis and I will mark a red color here. Okay, and I will also observe what happened in the cash segment. Cash segment means how many crores worth of shares have been bought or sold by the institutional investors. So FIIs, foreign institutional investors, always, okay, are on the sell side from the last 1 year. So there is 1,278 crores. But the best part is the domestic institutions have been very supportive, and they have supported the market, but somehow the volumes are very low, both from the DII and FI. DII typically this much is the volume, okay, plus or minus 2,000 crore, but FII half volume, okay. Of course, that is because they're still enjoying their Sunday. Most of the FIIs are from US, so that could be the case, okay. So what is with the net figure? The net figure is showing me approximately 100 crore on the sell side. Okay, so if institutional investors are on the sell side, then it is negative for the stock market, because okay, who will sell in case if they're expecting the stock market to go up? They will buy. Okay, so there is a net sell figure from both DIS and FII, net to net. Okay, it is a negative. And what is happening with the news flow? Inflation fears, okay, recession fears, and interest rate hike fears, and COVID-19 fears. COVID cases have been aggressively increasing in India, France, and the US. Okay, so that is very detrimental, okay, to stock market, unless the government takes any corrective measures and all that stuff. Okay, so let's also look at the charts and patterns. Okay, this charts and pattern analysis is a lot of interesting subject for a lot of you. So charts and patterns, I can see a 3 black crow pattern towards the ending of today's hourly pattern. This is a June future data. Okay, 3 black crow pattern is definitely negative. Okay, and the candlestick trading below VWAP line, most of the candlesticks have traded below a VWAP line, is a negative. Okay, followed by the super trend, which is positive in an hourly time frame. Okay, and here the MACD crossover took place towards the positive side, but with not a great angle. Okay, so I'm giving it a neutral. Okay, and RSI is positive. Relative strength index being above 40 is good. It indicates the strength. There is some strength in the market. And stochastic oscillators are also positive. It is at 84. Okay, stochastics above 80 could indicate a trend reversal. Overbought market, they say. Okay, so one has to be careful. Tomorrow, there could be potential. Market may not reverse. I'm not saying 100% it will reverse. Okay, it will come into negative territory. That's not what I'm saying. But one has to be cautious with the trading activity. There can be a potential reversal. Open interest has fallen down. We will analyze the OI data, where it has fallen down, why it has fallen down. Money flow is almost intact with a slightly dip in the money flow, but whatever it is at 60, it is positive. Okay, because I can see 1, 2, 3, 4 positive. Okay, so all in all, I will consider the Nifty charts and patterns as being positive. All right, and the next aspect is the Bank Nifty. Okay, let me pick up the Bank Nifty charts and patterns data. So within the Bank Nifty, within candlesticks, I cannot find anything. Okay, so candlesticks are our neutral candidate, but the candles are trading below the VWAP line is negative. Okay, and the super trend is positive, right? And the MACD crossover took place here as well as here, but there is no angle, so I will consider as being neutral. The relative strength index is good. It is above 60, which is positive. Okay, and stochastic oscillators are overbought territory. Of course, they are positive. Overbought territory. Open interest has significantly fallen down in Bank Nifty. We will try to decode what happened in the futures data. And money flow index, what is happening with the money flow? Money flow is steady, okay, which is also positive. Okay, it is about 40 is in itself positive, and now it is at 69 in the hourly time frame. So as there are many positive factors in comparison with the negative factors, the charts and patterns with regards to Nifty and Bank Nifty are giving me a positive symbol, positive momentum for tomorrow's trading session. The next one is option chain analysis. Okay, let me decode the option chain for you. This is something very interesting. Okay, so let me go to the at the money level within the Nifty space. So with the Nifty, the at the money is 15,850. At the money, what is happening is there is, okay, 50 we don't consider. So let me take 15,900 as being at the money. I don't think 15,900 is at the money, considering where the Nifty has closed it. 800 as at the money. Okay, so at 800 there is 76 and 80. Almost it is equal, but the put writers are winning, because put writing means giving support to the market. If I go slightly in the money, okay, 1,18,000 and 1,42,000 and 76,000 kind of contracts I'm able to see. In the same way, I will analyze the call writing data. Okay, 90,000, 1,70,000, 80,000, 1,10,000. Okay, all in all, outright there is a winning from the call writer side, there is no doubt, but change in open interest also we will take into consideration of in the money calls and puts. So 25,000, 25,000, 40,000. In the same way, okay, 54,000, 54,000 and 16,000. All in all, it is looking very equal to me. Okay, but change in OI wise, benefit of doubt I'm giving to the put writers. Okay, and all in all, call writing, put writing in terms of magnitude is good, but put writing I can see a lot of put writing happening, but out of the money level also we will see, okay, there is a lot of call unwinding that took place at lower levels and put addition took place. Okay, so the benefit of doubt, let us give it to the put writers today. Okay, and put writers win, which means they will provide support to the market, and tomorrow's market might be giving a stable outlook. Okay, stable. So this being the case, green color to Nifty. Okay, and within the Bank Nifty space, what is happening? Let me see. Okay, so yes, Bank Nifty, what is happening is at the money level is 33,800. At the money level, 26,000 contracts and 30,000 contract. Call writers are winning, okay, but almost it is equal. So let me go slightly in the money. Okay, 65,000 contracts and 32,000 and 82,000 I can see here. In the same way, within call writing, 1,10,000, okay, followed by 40, 40, 40, 80 kind of stuff within the call writing. Okay, but change in open interest also is very important. Okay, so there is a lot of calls that got added today at higher levels. and that much amount of put writing did not take place for in the money puts. Okay, and call unwinding took place. It's a very mixed data, right? Call unwinding took place and put addition took place. Okay, so all in all, I will consider this data as being bearish for the Bank Nifty, considering the amount of the magnitude at which the calls have been written within the Bank Nifty. So tomorrow's Bank Nifty is expected to be weaker than Nifty. Okay, so what I will do here is Bank Nifty, I will mark a red color here due to the call writers dominance. Okay, due to within the share OI change in OI as well as the overall outstanding contracts. Okay, and open interest analysis is another very, very interesting aspect of the stock market daily intraday analysis. So open interest chart I have presented here in front of you. So I can observe that the retail investors have gone very bullish. Okay, because a lot of calls they have purchased. Foreign institutional investors, no volume at all. Like I said, they're sleeping probably. Okay, Sunday night. Pro trading desks, okay, they have turned very bearish. All right, so they oversold, not an oversold, they usually take opposite positions to clients. So pro trading desks or HNIs, okay, they have become bearish. Okay, I'm more interested in net positions because there I will get the exact picture of what is happening. So let me color the portion in which I'm more interested in looking at. This is the net portion data that I'm more interested in looking at. And on top of that, today's net position is of a lot of interest for me. So that being the case, there is an unwinding of futures contracts within the retail investors, which is very good for me. They have closed their longs, profit booking they have done because today the market was green. Okay, and FIIs, they have closed the shorts, which is very good. But whatever it is, because the FIIs are maintaining huge short positions in futures, I'm considering it as being negative. Okay. In the same way, calls, what has happened, clients have once again turned positive, but not so positive. Okay. So 71,000 is nothing. I used to see 3 lakh, 4 lakh per day, okay, until very recently. But I don't know how so disciplined the retail investors have become with a very less volume. And foreign institutions, no change, they're sleeping. But the pro trading desks is a cause of concern. They have become very negative. Okay, so because HNIs are more informed than the retail investors, benefit of doubt is to be given to the HNIs. So I'm marking it as being negative. Okay, and clients have also done unwinding in the put contracts. I know today the market was choppy, sideways movement. Premium meeting took place both sides. So they've booked some profits, looks like clients. Okay, and foreign institutional investors, they have done the short, put addition, which is negative. Okay, but pros looks like pros are giving some support to the market. Okay, maybe at lower levels, pros have done put writing also. Okay, but all in all, because looking at the shorts of FIIs who are very powerful, tomorrow the volume also is expected to be high because today they did not do a lot of trading activity. Okay, so this is also negative. All in all, even if this were to be neutral to positive, it doesn't matter because two factors are negative. What I will do is in my assessment report, I will mark this open interest analysis as being negative. It can mean that the market could fall down. Okay, so let me count the red numbers. Okay, a red one, my score is 5, 6, 7. Okay, whereas the green ones, okay, my score is 3 plus 1, 4. So that being the case, because of the domination of bearish factors, okay, one has to observe the global markets tomorrow. All right, if the global sentiment is poor in tomorrow's trading session, okay, then one has to sell futures. All right, so global futures you have to check after 9:15 a.m. 9:15 a.m. means after the share market gets open tomorrow, you have to check US 30 and NASDAQ. Okay, and if US 30 and NASDAQ are painting a negative picture, definitely Europe will also paint negative, Asia will also paint negative, unless there are some positive domestic cues for them, which we will not regard. Okay, so this is the meaning of global markets being red in the morning. If the global markets are red, then futures is a sell. Immediately after the market gets open, okay, you can sell futures, target 100 points with a 50 point stop loss. That is for the futures. And what to do with the options? One has to buy put options, all right? And within the option space, okay, put options with a Nifty means that you have to go in the money. Okay, 16,100 put can be bought. All right, and 16,200 put can be bought. 16,300 put can be bought. 16,400 put can be bought. Okay, these puts can be bought in case if you want to be on the buy side. And let me also focus on Bank Nifty put options. Okay, Bank Nifty is expected to be way more bearish due to the call rating data. So you can identify Bank Nifty more. Okay, so I would recommend 34,000 onwards, 34,100, 34,200. 34,300, okay, 34,400. Now, some of my clients or followers would say that the premium will be very high if we go this much of a deep in the money. Okay, I understand the premium will be very high, but there is no option. If you go out of the money to chase more quantity, okay, one fine day the premium could be completely lost or wiped out. Okay, there is a risk. So this being the case, these are the options. Okay, in the Nifty and Bank Nifty. If somebody wants to wait, okay, sir, at 9:15 I don't want to take positions. I want to wait until 10:30 or 11 in the morning. No problem, sir. You can wait. Okay, there is no issue at all. But during your wait hours, okay, if the global markets are red but the Nifty is going up due to some reason, then it will be a perfect match for you to short here. Okay, so with that ambition, if you wait, then we don't have any problem. You have to see that the global markets are red before taking any short positions. So this is with regards to the Nifty and Bank Nifty, and many of the viewers are also interested in cryptocurrency analysis. So cryptocurrency also we started, but only Bitcoin I'm analyzing at the moment. I will extend it to some more cryptocurrencies in case if you're liking these videos. So 3 black rows is a negative, okay, and candlestick trading below VWAP line is negative, okay. However, Bollinger Band squeeze has occurred, okay. One has to be cautious. Sharply the trend can reverse from here, okay. But whatever it is, 2 negative factors. MACD crossover also took place towards the negative side, okay. And this is RSI. RSI is at 35 level, which is negative, okay. And money flow is at 55. Okay, money flow at 55 is positive because the negative factors are outweighing the normal positives. So what I will do here is to go back to my analysis Excel, and I will mark the charts and patterns as being negative for the Bitcoin. All right. In the same way, let me also immediately observe, okay, Nasdaq index. Okay, so Nasdaq has suddenly fallen down. Okay, that is the reason why the Bitcoin is looking very distorted, very disturbed. Okay, so Nasdaq also is red. All right. So going by that analysis, our stock futures also is red. Okay, now they all became red. So one can take short positions within the Bitcoin with a view that the market can reverse anytime because the lower edge squeeze has occurred. I already cautioned about that. Okay, so because Bitcoin is 24/7, so as soon as you watch my video, you can aim for a analyzing the short position. So please understand, these are not buy sell calls that I'm giving. Okay, this video is aimed at teaching you stock market research and analysis, and this is purely for the educational purposes. Thank you for watching today's video.